Okay, let's analyze yesterday's game. It was a really interesting game. I had a 79.1 accuracy, my opponent 74.7, so it was a little bit better. I had quite some missed wins, so didn't have any blunders, but that's definitely something to look at. Could have converted things easier by the looks of it. My estimated rating is 1950, so that's close enough. So let's take a look. So yeah, basically after move 2 I was already on my own. I don't really know this. It's the ready old Indian attack according to chess.com. But I felt like I know the Queen's Gambit, so let's just play kind of a reverse Queen's Gambit. And yeah, it's minus 0.4 at this point, so I'm playing alright. And here pushing was the right idea. I was debating on what to do here. I felt like maybe I can leave the tension here. This is defended, but yeah, it's a center pawn, and I felt like I have more space. I want to keep that advantage, which was alright. So this was alright, and then he brought this knight in. Yeah, I was debating on taking here, and then maybe let's see if the engine agrees. Yeah, this is one of the moves by the looks of it. Although it's not best, I felt like that was the idea. Then I thought after this, it led to the same thing, which it probably does, although the engine at some point wanted another move. But yeah, it's an equal position against a higher rated opponent, so felt like this was still alright. Yeah, and this was, well, the evaluation goes from minus 0.1 to 0, so it's not like that inaccurate, I guess. Yeah, taking here was an option. I felt like he was gonna take here. Yeah, and after takes, take here. And I didn't really like this. His bishops are pretty strong. According to the engine, it's still minus 0.1. But I didn't want to go into this. So that's why I played this. Let him take. And then after this, took here. Again, here I was debating on what to do. I felt like after this could come with tempo. And it's maybe a little less scary, but still, I felt like this was alright. And after this, which is a missed win for him. So let's see this. Can take. Yeah, I would have ended up with an isolated pawn. I can't defend because my rook would be hanging. That would be alright for him. Yeah, he played the move I was expecting, so we both missed that. And this is a missed win, actually. So here... yeah, he wants me to go for this immediately. So I played this later in the game. That's just the easiest way to get rid of the pin, because he can either take and the pin is gone, or he can move a bishop back. I did that later in the game, but yeah, would have definitely been easier here. Now I got out of the pin with my queen, which is a little bit slower, and I wanted to play that move anyway, which I did in the end. Now he had a missed win. Again, it's going from plus 0.1 to 0. So the engine is over-exaggerating a bit, I think. Yeah, I felt like I could defend here, which does put my knight in a pin, so I wasn't really sure. And the engine now actually says it's +1, so this was definitely a mistake. And it wants to move the rook here. And then this was my plan. Wow, okay. That's probably tough to find in a game. So sacking the bishop. And then after this, my knight is basically lost because it's pinned to the queen. Probably another reason why this was a bad move. Although I felt like with this pawn being here, it wasn't a problem. This would probably even have been better. Yeah, let's go back to the game. I did play a rook here. So he checked there. And then he brought his rook in, which is still good. So after this, yeah, e3 is the winning idea for him. And I feel like that's difficult to find, and my opponent did it as well, so still feel alright about how I played. But it's definitely something I should learn about. And now here it's -1, so actually disregarding that one move, this is is a good idea. I think it was even better for him to just take here. Because yeah, after this, my knight is pretty strong. No, it's a missed win. I did look at this at another point in the game. Felt like it wasn't really worth it. Let's see what the engine says. Wants to take with the G pawn. Yeah, I guess I'm just opening up the G file for an attack. Maybe later my rook. Not now because the bishop is defending. Yeah, I brought my knight in because I felt like it had some good potential. Maybe going to e3. And then here I thought about the same push. And the engine actually thinks it's still good. In the game I thought it wasn't really that good, so I took here, which is the safer approach, and still it's minus 0.3, so I'm doing alright. And this was a mistake. It's now -2. And I think I found a nice continuation, so this was alright. Here I was wondering queen f6 or queen f8. Queen f6 is actually a bit better. Don't really know why, because yeah, it's more active, but yeah, the continuation is probably still the same. Ah, it's not. Okay, the engine wants to play bishop f5 here. Which, yeah, it's a bit counterintuitive, because it looks like this is a really strong attack, although even in the game I said like I don't really see an obvious win, but I felt like it was good. It still wants bishop f5. So this is a missed win. So yeah, I was debating, first of all, let's check if I take the pawn. I feel like that's just too slow. Yeah, you can check me here. That's getting pretty dangerous. This is a miss because of this. I felt like this check was alright. The engine just says, bring the king here and you're alright. So I was looking at this and I didn't really know what to do. I was also looking, oh, sorry, spoiler. Where were we? I was also looking at this check here. Yeah, it says I can just take, and this is probably, yeah, you can even check here now because the pawn is gone. After this, he did take with his bishop, and this was something I saw in the game. I didn't really calculate it till the end, but I just felt like this was good. The reason I needed to play this check first is because my knight is actually occupying this square. So it's kind of a clearance sacrifice, although not really a sacrifice, because I'm winning the bishop next move if I want to. So this is his best try. And now after this, yeah, he's just in trouble. He needs to take with a rook to prevent the immediate checkmate, which he did, but then after this I'm winning the rook. King can't move somewhere while keep defending the rook, and if he goes here I'm just winning the rook like that, because my queen will be defended. So he moved his king, I took the rook, which wasn't even best. Guess it just leads to the same thing, right? Queen c2. Yeah, now it wants you to go back here, so it's just some repetition in there that the engine likes for some reason. And after this, I missed a mate in 3. Okay. Yeah, I was low in time at this point, and I felt like I'm winning, so I'm just gonna play quickly. If my move is not a blunder, then I'm gonna win. So that was my main idea. But let's actually see. Queen e1 check. It's not what I played in the game. Yeah, I could have probably find this, and even if I didn't find it, I would probably see, okay, I'm winning the queen here. The idea is that no matter where the king moves, this is actually checkmate. In the game, I played this, which forces him to block with the queen, and I just took the queen, and I was like, okay, it's still a game because I'm low on time, but I felt like with the extra piece, an extra rook even, that would be alright. Especially because I had all my pawns on dark square, so basically I didn't really need to worry about this bishop catching any of my pawns. This bishop is quite a bad bishop here, actually. Yeah, I brought my rook in. And here there's probably not much to analyze. It's just playing quickly, clean up. And I tried to trade the bishop a couple of times. Here this just wins a pawn. And this wins another pawn. And here I decided to trade bishops and to basically just sacrifice my rook for the pawn. The pawn is the only thing he has left, and then I'm just gonna queen. So after this, I just took and pushed, and yeah, doesn't really matter which pawn I push. I'm gonna make a queen. He can only take one pawn, so for example, if he goes here, he can take, and this is queening, this is queening. Probably don't need two queens, but yeah, it's completely winning. So after this push, my opponent resigned, which is probably the right thing to do. Even though I had less than a minute on the clock, this yeah, is pretty much free moving all the way. So I'm confident that I would have been able to do that there within a minute easily. But yeah, did learn quite a lot from it. Happy to have won from a higher rated opponent. My rating is now at 1922, which is not my highest rating, but close to it. So we're getting there. Let's see next week if we can maybe get our highest rating, because it's, I believe, 1932. So maybe next week we'll get there. We'll see. I'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.